don't wanna adult today. Things are fixed, bills paid. I just wanna stay in bed, play video games. But instead, I go to work, put on my pants, hard my shirt, walk in my car, till I get gas, sit in traffic and jerk a living ass. I've had enough adulting, no being done for me. Let the bills pile up to the ceiling. It's late to Mario 3. No, I can't do that. I gotta do the thing. I don't wanna do the thing. I gotta do the thing. I'm not gonna do the thing. Adulting is...
Hello, and welcome to James, the Less Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible with DSPolitics is Dead. Let's watch. Take a sip of your gin, you sleazy asshole.
Okay. Winston asks, when does DSPolitics return? Shall we talk about this? I actually talked about it a little bit yesterday during the Stalker stream, but let's actually talk about it here on the podcast. So, DSPolitics, an idea that I had, and we started it last fall, and if you would like to know the truth, I wish I didn't. I wish that I had waited. I feel like I jumped the gun, that I was trying to do it at a time when I was still had extra popularity based on my interactions with the guys from Kino Casino and others. I wish I had waited.
Mind you, he skipped the entire election. I'm going to do a politics show after the election, because that makes sense. No, it doesn't, dumbass.
Because I feel like starting DSPolitics last year was a little too early. I should have waited for the Trump inauguration and the momentum that that inauguration would have brought to politics, because now him being president again and all the things that undoubtedly are going to happen that everyone will be talking about constantly, right? But because I started DSPolitics last year, when it kind of like was that interim time, and you listen, there were still some great things to talk about on the show, but I feel like that initial momentum that would have been more exciting is gone already. All right.
You skipped the entire election. You started a politics show after the election on purpose, you dumbass.
Right? So I really do feel like I kind of blew it with the timing, that I did it too early. If I had waited till like this week or next week or maybe even early next month, it would have been more exciting. But now it's kind of like, well, Phil's already done it, right? Okay, now let's talk about DSPolitics. When I started it, the first week it did great. Giant views, right? Over 1,000 viewers, okay? Giant support, huge support for the show. People loved it. I made hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. People were like, wow, this is great new content.
And then he did another one and it killed the streak, and the streak was over and he was so sad.
All right? Over the course of the month that I did it, literally every episode had way less viewers, way less engagement, and way less support. To the point where...
Because anyone new showing up is going, huh, this guy's bitching that the government isn't giving him enough money. Wait, is he on disability or something? No? Social Security? No? Is he on welfare? Well, no, he makes $130,000 plus a year, so he doesn't qualify for welfare. And why is he complaining that the government's not giving him enough money? We don't know.
Where that final episode that I did, I felt like I was almost talking to myself. No one in chat was really engaged with the content or talking about it. And I made $60. I make more sitting here just talking to you about nothing than I did on DSPolitics. I make more playing any video game. I would make more scratching my ass, okay? So what that tells me is that initially there was interest. People saw what the show was going to be, realized that I wasn't going to be a polarized all the way to the right or all the way to the left asshole. And because I wasn't going to be polarized, they just weren't that interested in my opinions, and then the interest immediately died. Okay? Just being honest here. When I was kind of polarized in an opinion, so for example, when I was destroying this BLM leader and her absolute non-logic backwards side talk out of her fucking mouth, and she was just a complete bitch, okay?
That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. Holy shit. She was like, hey, people, make sure you call the food bank before you show up with a bunch of food, because what if the food bank has 10 ovens so they can cook 10 turkeys, and they already have 20 turkeys, and you show up with more turkeys, those turkeys are going to go to waste. So maybe call them, be like, hey, would you like something like rice? Or did people donate a bunch of macaroni and cheese? The issue with macaroni and cheese, no milk, no butter, those boxes are worthless. So you call them like, hey, someone donated like 10 pounds of macaroni and cheese, but no milk or butter. How much milk or butter do you think would need to be used for those 10 pounds of macaroni and cheese? 6 gallons and 26 of butter? All right, well, I guess I'll donate that much milk and that much butter so you guys make that 10 pounds of mac and cheese. He was like, I don't get it. They should be grateful for whatever they get brought. These assholes saying, oh, maybe bring more diverse food. You don't need diverse food. Meh. But again, DSP, if they have 10 ovens, they can only handle 10 turkeys, and they already got 20 turkeys sitting there, and you show up with more turkeys, those turkeys are going to waste. So yes, be more diverse with the food you're bringing. Maybe bring more canned cream corn. or more canned yams, or bring fresh yams. Or you know what? Be like, my parents made this great mashed potato dish that I've loved. They use this spices and all that. So I'm going to show up with all the ingredients I need and be like, hey, I want to volunteer. I want to make this dish. Here's 20 pounds of potatoes. I'm going to make the most amount of this that's ever been made. I'm going to make more than my mom's made in the past 20 years she's been making this. I bet they'd be ecstatic. They'd be over the moon. Like, holy shit, so we got an extra helper here, and he's going to bring mashed potatoes with chives and herbs and butter and like all this cool stuff in it. Great. That would be a great help instead of bringing more fucking turkeys. But yeah, he went off on her about that. He was just enraged that she would dare say, maybe you should be more diverse with the food you're bringing to the food banks. Now, they should be grateful that they got 20 turkeys with 10 of them we get thrown out because they don't have enough ovens to cook them all.
When I was destroying her, basically then, people liked it. But then anytime that I had like a rational take, something that wasn't like slamming and destroying someone immediately, no one cared. Okay? So, that's just the truth of the matter. Now, I put DSPolitics on a hiatus for some good reasons, particularly,
he wasn't getting money. He already said the last stream he only got $60. It killed the streak. The last stream of DSPolitics killed the streak. And he's never brought it back since.
I needed to focus on the special events, the Christmas marathon, okay, this other marathon that we earned through goals hit, and my year-end series. I had to get through all of that stuff, and I was like, how am I going to do DSPolitics and still play games and all my regular stuff while I'm doing all this other special stuff? I needed to put it on a hiatus regardless. And I said, I will bring back DSPolitics after the Trump inauguration. Like, I feel once he's in power and stuff starts happening in politics, that would be the time to bring it back and start actively talking about it and covering it again. Okay? I'll be honest with everyone at this point. I haven't even found, I'm following the politics, and yes, there's stories to cover. For sure, there's stories to cover and things happening. But I don't think, me covering any of these political stories is really going to be very riveting to people, at this point. I think people like my takes on certain things. Like, for example, yesterday, my take on the Switch 2. People enjoyed that. My take on Assassin's Creed Shadows getting delayed. My take on Atomfall, when the first gameplay reveal came out and stuff like that. These are the kind of takes that people are enjoying. I'm breaking these out as highlights and uploading them, and they're getting good views. They're getting more views than anything I'm doing on my channel, okay? That's the kind of stuff that people are looking towards me for. I don't think that many people are saying, I need to get the high-end political opinions from Dark Side Phil, Unlike Review Tech USA, who actually thought that people, cared about his political opinions, I never thought anyone would care about my political opinions. It was you guys who said I should do a politics show all this time.
No one said that. Not a single fucking person said that.
It was you. You were the ones that, you should do politics, Phil. We want to see you do politics. So I gave it a shot. I'll be honest, I don't think it really worked. I don't. I put in a lot of work because I was researching tons of stories every week to do that show, putting them together, and, I don't really think that people liked it that much. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but when you see a ton of attention, less attention, pretty much almost no attention, and the lowest supported stream
Stop hitting your microphone.
You've had in ages, that tells me something. That's a pattern. That's called a decline. That's called a fall off, and it probably means no one cares, okay? Now, if you guys disagree, and you think me bringing it back would work, I would maybe consider it. But here's what I'm seeing right now. People want me to play certain games. People enjoying the podcast. People like Smart Guy since I've brought it back. It's doing well right now. This week, we're going to talk about AEW wrestling, which is the first time I've ever seen it. Yes, I did watch AEW wrestling, and I have a lot to say about it on Smart Guys on Tuesday. I think people are going to really like that. So I have these things that are kind of like my forte that I think people enjoy hearing me talk about. Also, like I said, I'm actually in the process of determining if and when I can appear for one or more appearances. I'm being asked to be on a couple different shows right now. And I'm trying to figure it out in my scheduling and everything. And I need to get back to people. And I've been waiting to hear about my schedule. See, the thing is, I don't know about next week, because next week I already have an extra day off I'm spending with my wife. So probably I shouldn't also take more time away from stream. Maybe like last week of January or first week of...
Mind you, he said he can't take off any night streams to do his private reacts for Slayer, even though Slayer's paying $300 for those. So someone showing up with $300, hey, do a private react. Now I can't take a night stream off. But now suddenly he can take an extra day off to spend with his wife? Could it be marriage counseling? Divorce lawyer? Or, obviously, Somebody got the gout. Diabetes, dialysis being needed. So he's got to take her to the doctor's office so she can get her dialysis. Or he can get his dialysis. You never know. What do you think, chat? Or I guess in this case, commenters, watchers, whatever. Why does he need this extra day off to spend with his wife?
February, I could take some time out to do some special stuff, I'm thinking. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But as for DSPolitics, I don't know, man. I just don't know if you guys would care. Would you? Let me put it this way. Would you prefer if I did a DSPolitics stream one night, or if we had a stream playing a game that you guys like and we hang out and enjoy? Right? Would you like think?
Why not both? Play Democracy 3. It's on Steam. You have a PC. So play Democracy 3 while talking about politics. That way you're doing both. Hey, you know what? The best part is DSP. You can watch guides. You can read guides. You can watch other people play to figure it out how to play it really well. So when you start it, you look like a genius.
Think about the game that you really like right now. What is it? Is it Marvel Rivals? Is it Call of Duty? Is it the Dark Souls with mods? Is it, Dino Crisis you really want to see or whatever? Think about, would you rather sit there and enjoy that gameplay stream with me, or would you rather sit there for 2 hours and hear me talk about politics? Like, what do you prefer, right?
It would help if you had a co-host for DSPolitics, but he'll never do that. Stare at chat, Twitch.
What?
Twitch, stare at
Big
chat.
Boss did a $2 super chat and says, Dynasty Warriors Origins with PF Chang's is awesome. Huh? What does Dynasty Warriors Origins have to do with the PF Chang's food chain? What are you
Asian game, Asian food. Gee, I wonder what the connection is.
talking about? I have no clue what he's talking about. So anyway, listen, okay? I'm not opposed to bringing back DSPolitics, but I need it to be worth my while and my time. I don't want to spend a bunch of time over the week gathering these news stories, okay? Getting them all together, picking the best ones, covering them in detail to get 200 viewers and make $50. I want it to be something people actually want. I want to make content you want. And there is content in demand right now. There's content in demand on this channel, and it doesn't seem to be politics. Get it? So unless I'm wrong and you guys convince me otherwise, I don't really see the point.
So yes, DSPolitics is dead unless you give him a fuck ton of money. But wait guys, there's even more to go. Let's watch. DSP is taking notes for smart guys. You know, he's trying to be a professional, like he always has. But he needs your help. Let's watch.
Did PPP make me take notes? No, I always used to do this. Remember on Smart Guys back in the day? This is what I always took notes during pro wrestling so I could remember stuff later on. I always did this. If anything though, I wish I had a way to do it. Like right now I'm watching it on my phone, okay? So here I am watching it on my phone. I'm trying to like write and shit. I wish that I had like a better way to do it. Like back in the day I had an iPad and I would use the iPad to like type quick, but now I don't have an iPad anymore. Mine's busted, it's ancient. So I don't really have a way to take notes.
Is it busted or is it ancient? Being old doesn't mean it's broken, DSP.
I can't take notes on the same phone I'm watching the show on, Maybe if I got a tablet and I...
Why are you watching wrestling on your phone? You have multiple TVs in that house. You have multiple PCs. You have multiple laptops. Why are you watching it on the smallest screen possible in your house? What the...
I could watch the shows on the tablet and then I could take notes. You know what I mean? Why not watch it on a TV? Because I watch this when my wife's asleep. You understand that, right? Like my wife has to work early mornings. She's up hours before I am for my streams. So the nights when she has to go to bed early, that's the nights that I end up watching this stuff. I watch it, with headphones and I take notes and everything. I can't have the giant TV on noise and shit. Now, I don't want to bring the laptop into the bedroom. Maybe I'll look for like I don't know anything about like tablets, but maybe if I got like a cheap tablet and I could sync it with my network or something, maybe I could do it. Without spoiling Smart Guys, can you understand what I meant? How AEW is like NXT. The weekly shows are mid to bad, but the pay-per-views are bangers. You're right. I don't want to spoil. Like I got a certain vibe out of AEW that I want to share on the show on Tuesday. So I don't want to spoil any of my thoughts on AEW right now.
So instead of watching it on any of his TVs or his laptops or his PCs or his consoles, he's watching it on his phone next to his wife while she's trying to sleep. Now, sure, maybe he's not that loud. But I'm ready for this. Pen and paper. Oh, come on, that wasn't real. Last act. Yeah, you're gonna tell me she's sleeping next to that? That's going on right next to her? You really tell me she's sleeping through all that? I highly fucking doubt that.
But I definitely got a distinct vibe about AEW watching it for the first time. Let's put it that way.
So you watched a single episode, you didn't watch any pay-per-views or anything else, you watched one episode. And now you know everything about it. Good to know. With that much, you guys go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below. Really? Comment down below and have one hell of a day. You know what? I'm going to leave that blooper in.